At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here we go. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's 2nd and 7. Has him on the quick hitter. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Let's go now. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Launches one deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. The Steelers calling their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. Here's Akers up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass brought in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal. They'll run here with Jones. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. All right, still score. It's Vikings ball as we return for the 2nd, and they've got to be thinking points here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. The Bats got it. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Reichard, set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear. Hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Ross off the play fake. That throw finds Pickens. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
14, run it.
Wilson now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught for the first. They get 28 out of that play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers trailing in the early going. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Russ looking to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. From the pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. On play action now, Wilson. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and goal.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Dicker connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Ty Chandler to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got 1st down from the 31. McCarthy throwing here. Connects with his back. Aaron Jones. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense up to the line fast. Here's 2nd and 2. That one way too far up there. They can't connect. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down, ball at the 36. Back to the air, McCarthy. He fires one deep down the middle. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers are finally tackled after a big return. They're going to have the football beyond their own 30 following the turnover. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On first down, it's Wilson. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, here's Russ. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Russ. He's going deep this time. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Once more, it's Wilson. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. There it is, touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take the lead just before halftime. George Pickens, the touchdown. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in. Right, higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
Chandler now on the return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
What?
They'll go again with Warren. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Going to Harris to start the half. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He stopped inside the 10. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now we'll give up the middle to Jones. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. 18, 19. Go.
McCarthy with a blitz coming. Has his man. It's Addison. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go.
Staying on the ground with Jones. Across the 45 and still going. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. We give inside to Akers. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On play action now, McCarthy. Brought in left side by Jones. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Cowboy 8.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Vikings down by only 3. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a short game. Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this forward to the 19. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. Here he is to throw. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Back to throw. He's got it. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
What? 12.
He'll look to throw it. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Now Boswell on to send this away. Chandler now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32.
Trailing by one score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Addison going to motion over left. Here he is to throw. Pass is caught by Addison. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Minnesota spends its second time out here. Still one more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. It could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. With the win in hands, they don't take the knee. Let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And we're off from Acrisure. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Wilson airing it out to start. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jelani Tavai picks it off. And the Patriots take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That stop made by T.J. Watt. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
They go again with Stevenson. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. May now on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They are now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. He's got it at the 5. And this is down all the way to the 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Stevenson will take it in. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots parlay the interception into points. Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-0. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Returning it from the 4. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. First and 10 now from the 30.
Cut. Cut.
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. This is Harris on second down. And his short game gets them a new set of downs. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of one. Our score, 6-0. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. And they'll have to swallow a loss on the play as he's touched down behind the line. Working quickly here.
Spot that, spot that.
Warren once more. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. That's 5, it looks like, on the play. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. The Patriots have Demario Douglas ready to return. And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Antonio Gibson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. This is Stevenson heading right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing is May. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Diving forward, and he makes the catch. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness. Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To the air yet again, May. Buys time, rolling right. catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets the first down before being taken down. Offense up to the line fast.
70 Lions. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
A final throw before the break. And he scores. It's a New England touchdown. The Patriots will extend their lead as time expires in the half. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Here's Slide to try the point after. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Ball at the 33 for first down. May now from the gun. Flush down out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air. It's May. On the move, headed right. Henry on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Third quarter starts with a run by Stevenson. And he gets him around 6 there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's May. Escapes out to the left. Connection made with his back deep downfield. And he's into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
They'll try to run it in. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Cordero Patterson now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the 25. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards. And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. I don't think they're going to catch him. And he had everyone thinking 6 before they finally get to him and stop that return. The return couldn't quite finish it off, Brock, but the offense sure can as they begin here 1st and goal. Design bootleg here. Flushed out of the pocket. This throw is caught.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. Steelers have it, headed the other way.
Man, did those sidelines get loud. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
Throw complete to Williams. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 24. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that makes it 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Begins his return at the 16. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Good return here of 19 yards. And the Pats will take over. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's May. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air on 1st down, May. Getting out to his left. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Chased out to his right. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception. interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a New England first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Here's Gibson on second down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Back to throw it. That's taken in by Henry. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Patriots will have a first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Stevenson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. Lining up to take a knee on second down. Gonna be a victory for the Patriots as they drop to a knee here.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A give on third to Gibson. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. He'll throw it. Forced out to his right. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys, too. But he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines. But for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second available.
So the Patriots come in and take the win on the road. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Patriots emerge as winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh. Well, as they celebrate to the boos of the home crowd, I'm sure you're having flashbacks, buddy. It's got to be music to their ears hearing those fans voice their displeasure.
It is so sweet, Kate, when you win on